What's up, everybody? How you doing? Rob Barrington here for the Wednesday morning tournament, and it is just me solo today. My buddy Gavin, and honestly, all of my friends are in Europe playing in the European Championships, and that's why I'm coming to you from their apartment in New York City. So, what's up, folks? Rob Barrington here for I'm going for two in a row in my singular journey here in the Wednesday morning tournament. Let me know you can hear me and see me, folks. Just because I'm at a totally new workstation again, but I think we have it working well today. Uh, First board we're looking at is a good one. We're in the south chair. It's gone pass to us, and I have a beautiful 18 count. Now, if you play in like the weekend game that I run, and sometimes forget to play in it myself, you might see a lot of the pros opening two no trump with a hand like this. It's a hand that's really strong with a good five card suit. I'm not in that camp, and honestly, I want to kind of have normal bridge decisions for us. So we're just going to open a spade, but we know, or at least our goal is going to be to show our 18-19 the next time. Very likely by rebidding two no trump if it goes a spade, a no trump, or we'll see what partner does over there. So we're just going to start with spade, and not surprisingly, partner passes it. So partner has less than 6 points essentially. So can you guys think of a bid you would like to make here? And if you hear a little click, I've been speaking 5 hours a day for 2 days straight, so my voice is kind of brutal today. So I have a little, I have a lozenge in my mouth just to kind of keep my voice going for you guys today. But take a look. After it goes a spade, pass, two hearts, and I'm not sure why you guys can't see that on my screen. What's happening there? Hang on a second, folks. I can't see the bid that's on my screen on the broadcast. That is very, very odd. I'm not sure why that's happening. But on my screen, it's gone pass a spade, pass two hearts. On your screen, I'm not sure what's happening because I'm looking at a screen that doesn't have the bid here. Yeah, same, folks. So give me 1 second, folks. I really apologize for the issue here, but I, I am not sure what's happening with that bid there. Let me get that out of the way. I'm going to remove that. And I apologize, but I'm going to have to show you the behind the curtain for just a second. I'm going to have to get us into, actually, you know what? Let's just capture a window here. There we go. Okay, now you should be able to see at least the auction, and I'm going to make this doable for us of a reasonable size. Welcome to my nightmare, folks. How you doing? So we can see the bid now, and hopefully this will continue. I have no idea what just caused that issue, but we at least can see what we're doing, and now you get a peek behind the curtain of our control room, which is me, a bit of terror, and a mouse. All right, folks. Boom. All right, we're back in business. Can you see that, folks? Let's see if the next bid comes up, and then we'll know we're good. All right. One more thing for this one. Pop a little bit of. Let's put a little filter in on this, and we'll get it back to normal. Boom and sauce, folks. There we go. Okay. Back at it. One spade, pass two hearts. So now, folks, make your bid. Make your bid after a little bit of our technical snafu there. You opened a spade in third chair. It went pass. So partner is just showing some sort of bad hand with less than 6 points. But now it's your call. Okay. And I like what I'm seeing so far in the chat. This is really good stuff. Right, double, right? And in this case, you can be very if it went, let's say we opened a minor and it went pass and they bet a heart. One no trump would also be 18-19, right? So this double, and let's make sure the robot is treating it the same way we would. There it is. It shows the extra values that we want to show. This says 16 to 22. I would probably want to be even better in practical circumstances because think about it, 16 opposite 5 is not going to be too great at the 2 or 3 level, which is what we're kind of forcing partner to do. But we certainly want to show a lot of extra values when we have this good of a hand. And now we have to be confident that this is the place we belong, folks. Now, so make sure, remember where you were and what you did. Right? You forced partner to bid. You showed a lot of extra values. Partner knows this. And they're still just saying, look, I just want to play some clubs, right? If they had three spades, they would have been spades here for sure. Sometimes if they had two spades, they would have been spades. So we have to be very confident that we're in the right spot. So of course, we're just going to pass and hope we're either playing three clubs, or the other circumstance that's probably good for us is they bid three hearts. What a disaster partner has over there. This is absolutely brutal. But we have life anyway. Uh, One thing we can notice here is we can trump some spades, but probably not too many in the north hand because we have seven of them. But what we really want to do is we want to rough hearts in the dummy. Okay. So we're going to actually facilitate that as fast as possible. But the problem is, I think on this hand, if I remember correctly, our opponent bid hearts, right? So my goodness, that means left-hand opponent is either going to have one or zero hearts. So we have the probability and quite large possibility of just getting over roughed. Um, Here, I am just going to try to get as many tricks as I can at the three level here and hope it's less. Hope we're going down less than 140. All right, so if they had the queen, they probably would have played it there. No, or not. All right, we're in three clubs, folks. Oh, it's I'm not sure why you can't see that also. Okay. Yeah, three clubs in the north, folks. I'll fix that on the backside here. Having a little problem with my screen share, obviously. I mean, we're just in a world of hurt here, folks. We're gonna rough this one. It's gonna get over rough. Oh, it didn't get over rough. That's not too bad. We don't want to break diamonds. We're just gonna feed a heart in with this hand, and we'll see what happens. The good thing about hands like this is we kind of know the opponents are our opponents in the score at least are likely going to have acted in a similar fashion and been presented with this same absolute disaster of a contract. I think they're going to take the rest, to be honest. They have heart tricks to our left. Uh, we might scrap a dime. No, we're not. There you go. We're going to lose that heart and then a diamond, or just clubs here. Okay, yeah, 17% for us here. Let's see. Can you see that? You can. You can't see any of my screens that I've cropped together from before, so we're having a bit of an issue here on everything actually. So I tell you what, folks, just do one more thing for us here. Apologies again. This is honestly the absolute worst possible morning for this. I'm already sick, and now nothing is working. Lovely. Got to love it, folks. That is the essence of disaster. But there's your 17.9%. And I tell you what, I'm going to try to slap together the results screen as well while we're doing this. However, we may not be able to get all of our information right up there right away, but at least we will have this section here. And we'll put that baby up there. There we go, folks. Again, folks, sorry about that. Let's get back at it. All right. One spade on our right. Let's try to play some bridge and not worry about the rest of the stuff going on here. One spade. It's on you. Make your bid. Easiest two hearts ever. All right. This is the spot where you love this hand as an overcaller, right? You don't need a six card suit, but it is recommended if you're on the low end of your overcall range to have a six card suit when you're at like 11 or 12 points. The practical range is like 12 to 17. This is huge, right? This is 14 with a beautiful six card suit. We are super happy to get in there with the overcall. And now it goes, now it goes two spades, pass back to us. So it's interesting. We definitely have a very good hand. We have very good shape. Uh, but the downside to this action is we're vulnerable. My question for you, in fact, I'm going to give you a poll. And while I give you a poll, I'm going to try to work on my results screen as well. But I want you to make your choice with this hand. I'm going to give you two pretty straightforward choices. I'm going to give you three hearts. I'm going to give you pass. And I tell you what, let's just for fun give you double as well. I'm not saying any of these are absolutely correct, but I'm curious to see what you're doing. And I need a moment. So let me get that scene there. Let me take that out. All right, so make your choice, folks, while I hopefully avoid disaster here. And I'm just going to give you this whole screen, actually. That's going to be easier for us. So keep making your choice, folks. What are you gonna do with this hand? I think I have a very simple call to make here for you. All right, and I hope you guys are along the same lines. I haven't seen the result yet, but I believe our edit is going to be really nice here for our results. So let's get that done. Okay, we have a result screen now. Okay, it's not looking great, but it's going to be okay. And now let's get to the poll. All right, very good. So it's fun. 45% of you bid three hearts. That would be my choice as well. You have a very good six card heart suit. You do not want partner choosing clubs or diamonds with like four or even five of them when they might have two or three hearts, right? They're not going to do it with three hearts, but they might do it with two. So here, three hearts is your bid. You have a beautiful 14. You are vulnerable, but things rate to be in good spots with the bidder on your right, and your spade shortness is quite lovely, right? So here, I'm a three heart bidder. I'm glad you are too, but it's funny, 27% of you passed, which I think might work out well sometimes going low, especially when partner has the type of hand that they had last hand. But I'm gonna hope that they don't have a hand that's this bad. And also remember, the opponents are willing to play two spades here. It is almost never right to let the opponents play two of a suit that we know they have a fit in. So even if we didn't have an ideal bid here, we do not want to be passing very often, if at all. Some partnerships agree that in this situation, you just have to bid every time. When they found a two-level fit, you just have to bid something. Here, it's such a clear-cut good choice until we get ripped on the left and we go for it. So let's dance, folks. So good bid of three hearts. I would bid three hearts. I think we're okay. Wow, that's not the worst hand ever. All right, the question is, we're going to win the ace of spades. We have two entries. We have two entries to dummy. One's in spades, one's in clubs. Lefty doubling three hearts. Consider this: they bid two spades, right? So they just raised the two spades and they ripped three hearts. So I would guess they have four hearts in this situation, right? I'm hoping that like Stiff Jack or Jack Doubleton is right here. Yeah, Jeffrey, very good question. When we talk about balancing when they have a two-level fit, again, we're always going to do it. We're going to try to do it almost every time. But in match points, that's what we're talking about. That's the strategy because it is usually going to be wrong to just let them play a tasty two-level contract. But in imps, it's not as important. Okay, you should still be balancing a lot of times there because you're going to work. It's going to work out well for you. But it's not as important to be aggressive competitively at imps as it is at match points, just in general. So very good question there. Excellent. Uh, Here, I'm going to float the nine of hearts. I mean, I'd love to see a cover here. It would be amazing. But if we're going to lose two hearts, we probably were always going to lose two hearts, and that looks like the case. Our spots are amazing. Wait, did we didn't see the seven yet? Okay, good. So no seven there just yet. I hope they don't have five hearts to our left because this is going to get ugly quickly. Well, let's see what happens when we play the ace of hearts. All right, they split. Ish. Ooh, we like that. Go ahead. Give us that. Okay, so we've gotten to draw some trump. I mean, I'm gonna play the ten of diamonds. I'm gonna overtake it if they don't do this because I don't want to see a rough before I get to play clubs. So I'm gonna win the king. I would expect, and I know they've upgraded the robots, but I still see them covering these most often, and I don't think they would have had low from the queen into king 10 third. So it just doesn't seem like that's going to be a winnable finesse. And again, I don't want to lose a trick and have them just start pumping a spade, which they're gonna do anyway. Now comes the moment of truth, folks. We're gonna rough this. Did they bid spades? How many spades? Did they pitch any spades? Is my question. I don't think they did. Um, did they pitch any spades, folks? On our right? Did they pitch a spade on the heart? And if so, I mean that's still not enough, right? They would have to have pitched two spades. What I'm considering here, I know the diamonds to my right, but I think the spades there also, right? So, and if that's true, if the diamond's to my right and the spade's there, they're just gonna rip off two tricks and it's over. But if there's just a diamond to my right and queen X of clubs, we're in business. But I think it seems like the queen might be to my left. How many points did lefty show, folks? Do we remember? I don't. They had the king jack of hearts for four, right? They lead? They led a couple honors. I don't know. It's possible Ace Queen Tight was on her, right? Is that no? They had two hearts, five spades, maybe four diamonds. All right, I'm gonna cash the king. Let's go Queen. Nah, too bad. I think the Queen's to our Queen was to our right. Did they have a diamond? No, we had them end play. No, we had them, guys. I had them. They had exactly what I thought. That is paying attention for you, folks. Terrible. Watch this. God, I'm so tilted. Okay, sorry for the tiny size of this here, folks, but let me show you on the lower left-hand side of your screen. Let's go back to the beginning of this. We just totally had them dead there to rights. In fact, it was relatively simple there. We did know they had 7 points because they did lead the king of spades early. So there it was. We drew some trump, and here's the moment of truth right here. We played our club, they hopped ace, and they threw us in. What I didn't realize is they had thrown two of those spades, right? So at this moment, we had them, right? We just have to lead a diamond, and then they get to give us a nice, tasty club finesse. So I'm pretty terrible. Not only can I get my screens working for you, but I can't get an end play off for us. There it is. God, we had this score, guys. We had 96 or a little bit more than that locked up. Going for only 200 was a little bit of a win. I like everybody that made bids here. I think you did very, very well. You don't want to let them play two spades, even though, as you see, if you let them play two spades, this is the worst case scenario for you as a budding bridge player. You did something really bad and you got rewarded for it. You don't play results, play bridge. And this is a spot where this result would be great for you, but it is really kind of not great bridge, right? Because you in a match point tournament, you kind of let them play at the two level when you knew that that's not really a good thing to be doing. All right, so 42.9%. It could have been worse, but obviously it could have been way better. Let's get back at it. I feel like I'm primed up now. 16, easy one, no trumpet. Three spades. What the heck is that? So I can tell you what this would be in an expert standard sense for most people. Most people play the three level bids or especially three major, as what's called splinter bids. So most people would play this as shortness in spades, three hearts, and 5-4 in the minors. However, I think the robot plays it as maybe four hearts, which is kind of bad, right? You want a bit staying when you have four hearts and deal with it that way. So here, the only thing you're really asking yourself is, how do you feel about the spade suit, and or do you have a heart fit? Right here, we do not have a heart fit, but remember, expert standard bridge, we never are going to have four hearts and make this bid, right? It's weird that the robots do it this way. The good thing is we do not have a heart fit, but we do have a very, very solid spade position. So we're very comfortable bidding 3 no trump. And there should be maybe one or more sources of tricks and dummy, or they're just a 4x1 like this. Happy, happy. All right, first off, folks, count your winners. What are we looking at? How many are we starting with here? Always the same exact time, a same exact strategy when we're playing one trump. Start with where are we? Which at this point, I have 3 diamond winners. I have 2 clubs, and that's it, folks. I have 5 winners. And when I say winners, I just mean cards that I can play right now and win a trick with. So it's not amazing right off the bat, but the second step is, where are my extra tricks going to come from? And on this hand, it's essentially everywhere, right? The spade lead was very obvious, right? The North showed shortness, so the spade lead is going to be on the table most of the time. But we're going to take extra tricks and spades for sure. We're going to take at least one extra heart. We are very likely going to take one extra diamond, and we may take extra clubs based on finessing or just promoting of tricks. So this is one of these hands where there's no clear cut, hey, this is the spot where we're going to take extra tricks. This is going to be developing for us and kind of in front of us here. So there you go. Now, here we are. We've just been granted 2 extra tricks. So now we count our winners again. 3 diamonds for 3, 2 clubs for 5, 2 spades for 7. We're 2 more to the good, and we're about to get 1 more to the good by this heart promotion. Play your king of hearts, folks. It's the only thing that's going to produce the ace, and that's what you want. You don't want to play the 7 and lose to a bad card, and then have the ace crash your honor. And honestly, maybe East sometimes has the ace of hearts, and you're just scoring 2 hearts in this situation. So Jack of spades, we like this. I suppose we could pitch a diamond, but we can afford to pitch a heart. All we're going to look for now is the 10 of spades, right? We saw it go low, low, ace, and then the jack gets played. So we should expect the 10 of spades to be to our left. But now we're back in business here, and we can do this again if we want. Just for complete sake, I'll do it. 3 diamonds, 2 clubs for 5, a heart for 6, and a spade for 7. So I have 8 winners. Where's my ninth going to come from? Well, it might come from diamonds, and I like that you're putting that in there. Very good in the chat. Michael says try diamonds now. I say no way. Why? Why don't I need to try diamonds now? Do I need to do any work in diamonds to create a trick? What I mean by work is, do I need to lose a trick or take a finesse? Take a look, folks. I'm going to know if I'm getting an extra trick in diamonds when I play the top 3 honors, right? So I can do that at any time, right? I don't need to mess with any extra work. What I do need to do as far as work is concerned is play clubs, right? So I'm going to try to develop an extra trick in clubs, and if we're getting an extra trick in diamonds, it will develop naturally for us. Let's cash that king of clubs, see if we're getting lucky, and pitch a heart. We are getting lucky, and now all we need to know is if diamonds are running. In fact, I'm going to keep the 9 of spades in my hand because I don't know what I'm going to pitch yet. So I'm going to play the ace of diamonds, and I'm going to play low. I'm going to play the king of diamonds. If diamonds are breaking, it's a claim. If they weren't, now we would play club, heart, and we'd see if spades were breaking for us. Okay, but here, Claim City, folks, this should be at least a better score than the 2 we've gotten so far, and it is. It's 75%. Good, good, good. All right, 75% for us on that one. Let's take a look at the scores. I think that's probably tied for top there. And again, I'm going to try to make this look a little sexier on the next time. Get us into 2 pages here, but you can see what's going on at this point. All right, 460 plus. Looks like we're tied. Well, is that music coming out? That's interesting. I'm having all sorts of fun today, folks. All right. So tied with a bunch of people. We have a lot of work to do. We're still in 9th and 10th, but we haven't even gotten halfway through. So let's keep dancing. Here I have a 13 count in 4th chair. This is a very good spot to talk about what we should be thinking about in this chair. This is the rule of 15, folks. And all that means is we count our high card points and we add to that the total number of cards we have in the spade suit. If that number comes to 15, we should open. If it doesn't, we should usually pass in this situation. And that's because pass would just end the auction and give us a score of 0, plus 0 or minus 0. Okay. But here we have a beautiful 13 count and we have 5 spades. This is beautiful. And guess what? That's what we're going to play, folks. We're going to play one no trump. We don't have a game, right? If we do, it's a shock, right? And if we do, we're all really unlucky. But oh wow, it's an embarrassment of riches now. Here we happen to know that our partner didn't open the bidding, right? So they have 11 or less points. We have a very balanced 13. Do we have enough to play game? Unless partner has some super weird hand that they didn't describe right away with their one no trump bid, it would be exceptionally unlikely, right? So here we're just sitting back. All right, so we're gonna play the jack, obviously. Well, no, and when we open one of we open one of a major, we show 5 of them. This is weird. Look at this hand, folks. I want to take all my clubs. Okay. However, if that's a true 4th best lead, if this 5 of clubs is a true 4th best lead over there, I might need to duck a club now. Does that make sense, folks? I'm not going to do it yet because I'm going to play the 10 of spades first, and I'm going to just let it go. Oh, or I'm not going to let it go. That's even better, right? Now I'm going to get a read on my clubs. Right, so if lefty showed out here, I would just duck a club. But now that lefty's following, I'm confident that clubs are breaking. And now let's dance. Beautiful. We're going to pitch a heart. And we're going to pitch a diamond. Notice we're going to maintain safety. We know we might have to lose another trick. Now I'm going to take another spade finesse. I'm going to play low to the. Ooh, yeah. Notice I played the nine of spades, folks. Why did I do that? I have to make sure I'm in my hand, right? So I could have played low, but now I have to burn the ace of hearts to get back to my hand. And now if I have to maybe lose a spade, I'm in trouble, right? So here, let's see, is it worth it to lose a spade? How do we find out? Well, let's count our winners and then our losers. Okay, so we have 8 winners in the bank. We have one winner we can take right now, the ace of hearts. Boom, done. That'll be 9 tricks. And that's the best we can do if we take the ace of hearts right now. However, if we lose a spade, we'll shake a heart from dummy. And then it goes diamond, diamond. What's the best they can do? 3 tricks for them, right? 1 spade, 2 diamonds. We still have the ace of hearts. So the answer to the question is, should I develop another trick? Is absolutely yes. And how did we determine it? We counted our winners. We also realized the downside. The downside is this: they cash both diamonds. But does that matter? Heck no. We're going to take more than 9 tricks now, because we have 2 rippers in both hands, essentially. They could lead a diamond or a heart, and I have a heart and a good spade, or a good diamond and the ace of hearts. And that's how you get a really good score in one no trump. We are at 96.4% there. We jumped up to 6th place. That's why I love that contract, folks. And there it is. Most people are probably playing some version of one no trump here, and they're just not taking enough tricks. Gifted opening lead, right? They gifted us an opening lead of clubs. That was wonderful. We took maximum advantage of it, right? Look how weird that lead is, folks. Come on, right? They should have just led probably the 9 of hearts. I would have. Not top of touching honors or anything. That's just top of nothing. It makes a lot of sense on an auction like this. 1 spade pass, 1 no trump. But well, who am I to say? They went for it with clubs, and that was a disaster. Unfortunate for them. Fortunate for us, though. Let's get back to the program. And, ooh, a club to us. This, folks, is a game forcing hand, right? And it's weird. We did a little read here. We're in a best hand tournament, so partner cannot have more than 12. But when I have a good 5-card suit and 12, that's 13 points, right? Well, I mean, honestly, it's second high from Frank. If you have 987, what's why? You know, that when you play second high from holdings like that, you're usually trying to preserve the highest card. Like if it was 9764, 7 makes, but I mean 987. Yeah, okay. You can do whatever you want, but I'm okay. I just want to tell my partner, hey, this I don't have anything here, and if I'm not going to blow up a trick, I don't have a problem leading that for sure. But 2 spades on our left after we bid a heart, we have a bit of a problem here, right? Can't bid no trump. We can't do anything really constructive in any of the other suits other than double, right? Uh, I'm doubling just to see what my partner has to say, right? They have not shown the ability. See, we're going to show 6 hearts here. What is 3 spades? I guess that's our best bid. 3 diamonds is going to show diamonds. So here, presumably our partner's denied 3 hearts, or we hope, right? We hope they have, because double kind of says, hey, partner, if you have a 3rd heart, you can show it now, or you can do something. Although, I'm not sure why this would always show 6 in Robot Town, but I want to play no trump if I can, and I can't bid it because I have problems in spades. So I'm gonna. This is hopefully what I'm suggesting to partner. The robots are weird with Q bids, but what I would be suggesting here is, hey partner, I have a good hand. I want to keep going to some sort of game if possible, but I can't be the one to bid 3 no trump. If I were to have bid 3 no trump here, I would have been the one saying I can stop spades and I'm comfortable. Here, when I bid 3 spades, I'm more asking partner if that's possible. Let's find out. They do not have a spade stopper, but they do have a beautiful source of tricks. So we're going to lose however many spades our opponents have. Oh my God, could it be the dream? Does Lefty just have 6 to the jack? That would be amazing. Oh my God, it's so sick. Wow, we're so lucky. We're so lucky. This is amazing. Notice, did you see what happened, folks? They overcalled 2 spades to our left, which is that preemptive jump overcall, but they did it with Jack empty 6th. So when their partner leads the Ace King, those are the only 2 cards they have. So now we're going to take 10 rippers at least, and we're never going to take a heart finesse because we are certainly not going to. No, we want to do that. We're going to take 7 clubs. Well, I tell you what, no. let's play this sucker. Um, because maybe they just short circuit, right? I'm going to play it very fast, right? So do not worry. I'm just going to play it super fast. I'm going to hold on to a spade forever. I've already announced ace of diamonds, so I'll just cash that also. And then let's just play with this. Again, very unlikely to be successful, but you never know. I'm guessing lefty just holds on to king doubleton. Oh, boom. Thank goodness we didn't claim. All right, 100%. Nice stuff. Why is it? It's 100 because we're dumb. We got to 3-0 Trump without a spade stopper. But did anyone else claim? One other person got to 3-0, and they might have claimed 10 tricks. So here we just let them pitch for us, and it was beautiful. Interesting. What happened here? A club of heart. Two, yeah. See, you see the problem, folks. Look at this auction if you can, in the lower left. In fact, let me see if I can make this a little bigger for us here. Let's do this. I'm like free forming it today, folks. Getting a lot of practice with OBS, that's for sure. There's a better look at it, folks. Okay, so when you bid three clubs, you're kind of just saying I'm competing and I want to sign off. So if you're going to do anything, you just have to make sure it's forcing, right? You have to make sure you make a forcing bid. That's why double is amazing. It's forcing. Or what would be your other choice here? It would be three diamonds, which of course is not really descriptive and is wrong, right? So double becomes the only thing. When you know, or at least when I discussed, when you know you're going to go to game, and that's what I'm always thinking with this hand, we're going to make sure we make forcing bids till we get there. Okay. So if you went back to three clubs, you're just suggesting, look, partner, I just want to play some clubs. The best contract is, it looks like five clubs. Actually, it's one of those weird times. It's close to the 4th of July. So yeah, your birthday and the 4th of July are the days you're allowed to play that. This would have been a win. But it was a big win for us just because the spades blocked. That was lovely, lovely, lovely. So we'll get back to that. We are now in, wow, we climbed up to first place. Amazing what 100% can do for you. Let's go. All right. Yeah, four hearts would probably make as well. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, four hearts is pretty good on that last time. Yeah, you're probably gonna get hearts wrong and right. You're gonna lose one heart and two spades. Yeah, decent. Oh no 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 no. Yeah, you get club roughs. Yeah, a lot of them. Club rough. Here you go. Sorry. There's if you think about four hearts. You ready? Spade to the ace, club rough, spade to the king, club rough, uck, and then king of hearts is gonna lose, but yeah, you're already down one. So yeah, five clubs or 3-0 trump if you know spades are blocking. We're gonna start with one spade here, folks. 5-5, always the higher ranking suit. Okay, two spades by partner. This hand is huge. It's massive because we have a fit in spades. Even though partner has 6 to 9, our shape is extraordinary and our side heart suit is just as good. Here's what I'm thinking in these spots, folks. It's good news and good news. If partner is short in hearts, I'm very likely going to be able to set this suit up by using partner's trumps. If partner has some length in hearts, hearts are very likely just setting up on their own. I have very few losers in the side suits, and especially when I see partner's beautiful dummy like that, I have two losers in the side suits and the trump suit. We're going to find something. I'm going to unblock here so I can get to dummy as many times as possible. I think we'll try to sneak a diamond in here as well. All right, so I'm going to do that first. Let's sneak. There it is. Robots are really good at not letting us sneak. Now the question is, yeah, I was just going to say, the question is if they do lead, I kind of screwed us here, guys. I'm sorry. But luckily they led the queen of hearts, so that's a good thing. But are we going to see a rough here? Oh, what? No heart rough? No club rough? Okay, good. All right, let's split these suckers. I played this badly, but we might. No, we're still screwed. Okay, so we're gonna lose that spade, and we're down one, unfortunately. Like how they false card us there. Lovely. Minus 50, still in first place, which means I'm guessing most people found their way to spades. And there it is, 75%, folks. Wow, that is super weird. Um, Most people on this hand were in four spades, down two instead of just down one. So I think we got a little gift from the robots there. One player did get 100%. They were only in two spades. So going low was amazing. That's not the wrong screen, folks. I had some technical difficulties, so I cropped this out. But what I'm showing you is the hand result, and I'm kind of relaying you the other results as is. But I can tell you we did achieve 75%. And I'll tell you what, once I get back to this screen, I will get into studio mode and hook us up with a change of that as well. So let's start off again. Well, first off, oh no, I was gonna say I thought this was maybe a little better than it was. It's not. We're just gonna open one heart and partner bits two hearts, and we are done. Now, here's the situation I was telling you about earlier. If we pass this, which we are going to, okay? If you're sitting in the West player's chair, okay, you are now in a spot where you really, really, really want to balance, okay? And when you're there in a match point circumstance, it's almost forced, right? However, this is one of those times where it's just a spot where you're in a weird area because of the vulnerability. Does that make sense, folks? Right? When you're vulnerable, you are just in a spot where it's super, super hard if you have a bad hand to possibly get into this auction and do anything constructive because you're taking on so much risk, right? So here we just are going to pass, and I would say the robot's very likely to pass. They don't balance too often, but if they were paying attention and it was match points, this would be where they would really want to be balancing aggressively. Um, Beautiful. Partner has a nice hand. This is our loser town count, okay? So what are our losers on this hand? How many can we see right away? And I'll tell you what, I'll play trick one for you just to see what happens. I'm going to play the 10 and we're going to hold that trick there. So now, what are our losers on this hand? Take a moment. And as you're doing that, I'm going to add our score screen in as well. Yeah, so on this, I see, unfortunately, quite a few, but the good thing is we're in a relatively low contract, right? So you're usually going to see an embarrassment of losses, if you will, on these spots. But I see two or more losers in spades, and the whole thing that's going to happen there is who is going to lead spades? If we have to lead spades, I'm going to lose three spade tricks, right? However, if they lead spades, I'm probably only going to lose two unless there's a rogue rough going to go that's going to happen before we draw trump. Um, what would you like to lead first? Is the next question. So we have our losers. How are we going to get rid of some of these losers? Well, in diamonds, I'm going to try to get rid of a loser. Well, I'm going to try to get rid of two losers. If the ace of diamonds is on side, I'm going to get rid of one loser just by finessing that card. And there it is. Great. And now I'm going to try to get rid of my other diamond loser by trumping it in the dummy. So here we go. King of diamonds. I'm going to trump now. Right? I'm going to trump relatively high just in case. It was kind of weird that they returned there. Notice I'm not really messing around with clubs. In fact, I'm going to play the ace of clubs. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that yet. I don't have enough entries to kind of elope with everything I want. Now's the time to draw trump. And we're going to cash ace of clubs. And now, unfortunately, we're going to be the ones that have to lead spades. All right. And if they help us out in spades, like if the ace is on our right, we're going to take it. And if not, we're not going to. But the good thing is that we only lost those. We got rid of all of our diamond losers. And I want to just draw your attention to the big thing we're looking at here. 75% for us here. Here we go. Back to a normal score screen. Make sure when you're seeing this in the north hand, and this is going to be a very common thing when you're playing in a trump suit, You have a side suit that's relatively short. Look at that diamond suit, folks. And you have a three card trump holding. So you're going to have to draw trump. And most of the time, you're hoping they're going to divide 3-2. So if you draw trump first and then you get to your diamonds, you're in trouble, right? Because now, not only might you not be able to lead towards your king of diamonds already, you won't be able to ruff any diamonds because you've already drawn all the trump. So when you see short trump and a short side suit, make sure you get your roughs in if you need them early and then draw trump. We're almost never going to play a hand without drawing trump at some point, right? There are very few pure cross rough hands, right? So usually it's let's get some trumps in the shorthand and then let's draw trump. Right. So, and this is why shortness in the shorthand is worth full value, and shortness in the long hand, our hand, the doubled in club, is not worthy at all. Yeah, very good. Uh, no, so I needed the question in the chat. Could we have played a club to the ace and king of hearts to the ace after the diamond rough? Maybe, but I don't think we're ever getting to dummy to elope while they still have trump, right? So, not sure. But I'm happy with the way this turned out. 75%. We're still in first place. Let's see. Maybe somebody did make. Let's see what they did. Went club to the queen. Heart to the king, ace of clubs. There we go. There's your line right there. And there it is. Nine of hearts. So yeah, that's the kicker right there. The nine of hearts becomes an entry to dummy because Jack 10 Doubleton is there. So that's your saving grace. You actually get there with the nine of hearts. Uh, again, lucky spot there, but it worked on this hand because the heart suit is Jack 10 tight on the left. I just assumed I didn't have enough entries in that spot. Interesting. One club passed to you. We're in first place, right? Which means kind of being normal is probably the right thing to do. However, this is a hand that I mean, I'm tempted just to bid three no trump. If I were losing the tournament, let's put it that way. If I were in like third place or fifth place, I would bid three no trump. When I'm in first, I kind of don't mind doing what I think the field is going to do, which is bid one spade. Um, but I'm gonna give it to you guys. I honestly am very comfortable with either. I think the only thing I'm worried about is jamming 3-0 is like partner has long clubs and bad diamonds and a spade fit, because then we're just in trouble. So again, my thoughts are to bid a spade only because we're winning, right? We kind of don't. We want to do stuff that's with the field most often. Because shooting is going to, doing something maybe that's a little different than what the field's going to choose is going to leave us a little bit of variance, right? Which means we're going to be outside of the norm. But I'm curious what you guys think. All right, I want to lock up two in a row individually, especially considering how badly I started tech wise and bridge wise. I couldn't get the screen working and scored 17%, and then I got a screen working and scored 42%, and now we're here. All right, so if 3-0 Trump is going to be good, we're not going to find out at least until afterwards because almost all of you are bidding one spade, and that's the right bid. Textbook wise, that is just the right call. Okay, so we're going to bid a spade. Partner raises the two spades. That's always that. Now, folks, now we're going to make the bid. Take a peek. I'm going to bid 3-0 now, and I'm going to leave it up to my partner. Okay, so what I did by bidding 3-0 is I've already shown four spades, right? And partner raised. 3-0 Trump is an offer now. Hey, partner, I told you I have four spades. Now I'm just super balanced, right? That is magic. This is the run out we wanted. And thanks, Double Dummy. There you go. So yeah, 3-0 is perfect because we are not denying spades. We've already shown four. We're just giving partner an out for those times where maybe they raised with three, or maybe they just have a bit of extra shape that they don't want to play 3-0 Trump in. And there we go. They should have played 3-0 Trump. What are we doing, partner? Come on, robot. What's towing? Terrible. I mean, we're just cold. The 3-0 is just totally normal here. And especially with partners, man. What are we thinking? We told them we were balanced. I hope we told them we were balanced. What did we say there? Nothing really. Apparently nothing. We told the robot nothing. Yeah, brutal. Yeah, obviously, Claude. Yeah, the robots are terrible at making these decisions. All right, I'm gonna mess around with the robots now then. Um, let's play the Jack of Spades from dummy, and then we're gonna get back to this one here. This is seven. Okay, all the spots are good. There we go. We got a little of that stuff going on there. I'm gonna strip this hand. They almost all they I've seen them pass these before, dude. David says they always go to play in the suit. You're right. Almost always they will choose the suit when you give them an option. But I've had them pass before. Not today, apparently. But no, I've seen them make this decision correctly, just apparently not in this circumstance. It's kind of brutal. Uh, they pitched a club. Interesting. Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's hope clubs. Oh, magic. Okay. Now I'm gonna do this. Boom to the nine. Ah, okay. Guys, I've been playing this in no trump the whole time, by the way. I drew 4 rounds of trump, folks. I've been playing this in no trump. The good thing is we weren't roughing anything anyway, but I've kind of just been playing this in no trump the entirety of the hand. Uh, let's see if we get lucky. Hop up with that honor. Crunch. Heart. Oh, close. Close, folks. Close. So 39.3%. Do we hold on? Oh, we held on. Wow. What a disaster of a day that turned out okay. Take a look, folks. There's our result, 65.18. One of the lower scores we've had for a clear first. Like that was that distant second behind us. They struggled just as much as we did with some of these hands for sure. Let's take a look though. The results aren't cropped in just yet. David, thank you so much. Lucky day for sure, buddy. Terribly bad luck at the beginning and wonderful good luck at the end. So we'll trend in that direction, and I hope you guys do as well. Let me see. Oh, there they are. They populated the results. So there's the winners, guys. 3-0. One club 3-0. I'm just so bad. I should have just bid 3-0 and done what I usually would do. But again, this could have been just this could have gone the other way. We just get so unlucky that we tried to make the scientific bid and the robot just kind of slapped us in the face and said no thank you. But for your reference, folks, the auction we had, and let me get you back to our auction on this hand. I think that's the perfect auction. And if I were playing with a good partner that I knew how to interpret this, I would be super happy to make this bid. And the offer should have been accepted by Robot, right? 4-3-3. You don't need stoppers in every suit to do this. I'm suggesting I can handle no trump as well, right? So and then at least I think I played it pretty darn well in 3-no Trump as I was playing four spades. I think I did okay, folks. But unfortunately, we were in four spades, and down one ended up being okay enough for us. But thank you guys. First of all, thank you so much for dealing with all of the problems we started with today. I cannot remember it going that badly at the beginning of a broadcast for me in a long, long time. But it turned out to be, yes, a somewhat successful day at the table, and I appreciate you guys' patience with that. I will see you next week for another version of this. I will be more. We will have the kinks worked out at least, and we'll be back for another hopefully successful 3 in a row, folks. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time, people. Have a great week.